Super Fighter is the first sports reality TV program in Sri Lanka.
Now the second round of trials to select the final 100 contenders for the Super Fighter title commenced today at Sivali Central College in Ratnapur.
Super Fighter.
Super Fighter, a sports reality TV program that promises novel experiences for the Sri Lankan TV audience, is a joint initiative of the MTV and MBC Media Network and Mass Holdings. The second round of trials to select the final 100 contenders for the Super Fighter title commenced at Sivali Central College in Ratnapura today under the supervision of the Sri Lanka Amateur Boxing Association and the Sri Lanka Schools Boxing Association. A training camp was held parallel to the trials. For more than 500 aspiring boxers participated at the program. The training camp was held under 4 weight categories with the use of a ring constructed to international standards. The qualifiers for the second round of trials are to be selected tomorrow. You can catch all the action on Super Fighter Season 1, which will be aired after the 10 o'clock news bulletin on our sister channel Sirasa TV tomorrow.
Super Fighter.
Now taking a look back at some local news, the Sama Vihara premises in Havelock Town, Colombo was ceremonially declared open this morning by President Mahinda Rajapaksa.
The new Vihara was declared open by President Rajapaksa this morning following religious observances conducted by members of the Mahasangha. President Mahinda Rajapaksa also visited the Dawoodi Bohra Mosque in Bambalapitiya last evening, where he expressed his condolences over the passing of the spiritual leader or Dai al-Mutlaq of the Dawoodi Bohra devotees, Sayyidina Muhammad Burhanuddin. The President also signed the book of condolence at the mosque. The leader of the Democratic Party, former Army Commander Sarath Fonseca, briefed the Elections Commissioner today on alleged disruptions that have taken place during election propaganda activity organized by the Democratic Party.
Following his meeting with the Elections Commissioner at the Election Secretariat in Colombo, Sarath Fonseca expressed these views to the media.
When we request locations to hold meetings, heads of local government institutions reject these requests. Some heads say very directly that no matter what other party they give locations to, they will not provide locations for the Democratic Party. I lodged a complaint with the Human Rights Commission too this morning. It is because of the dictatorial rule in this country that such injustices are being played out. It is as a result of this rule that democracy is under threat.
The Sri Lanka Freedom Party convened a media briefing today.
By next Monday or Tuesday, we will receive the list of names of the candidates that were selected by the nominations board. We will submit this to the Central Committee and approve the list of SLFP nominees. The Executive Committee of the United People's Freedom Alliance will compile the list of names it has received from our constituent parties, and we will then approve the UPFA's list of nominees. There will be no changes to the former ministers and councillors, because none of these persons have faced allegations or disciplinary inquiries pertaining to removing them. We will be able to announce new candidates only after the nominations board submits the list to us and it has been approved by the Central Committee.
සුපුරුදු පරිදි මැතිවරණයට ප්‍රවේශ වෙන්නේ අපේ සමහර මිතුරු පක්ෂ.
As usual, we will not be approaching the elections based on one issue in national politics as some parties do. They are now talking after turning the decision to remove shacks from Wanathamulla into a national political issue. Or they will put forward allegations regarding narcotics. This is something that has happened at every election. They always catch the problems by the tail. We would like to make a respectful invitation today. We have presented a program. You have the Mahinda Chintana manifesto in your hands. Do not talk about the problems with punctuation in this document, the problems with the colors or the problems with the cover. Talk about the content. Approach the elections with political arguments.
You're watching News First. Up next is Action TV. On the 2nd of this month, Action TV exposed for the 4th time the improper waste disposal that has been undertaken by the Paliyagoda Urban Council on Nugamawatha in Paliyagoda, which was recently named as Gongalegoda Rajamawatha. 3 days after the first Action TV expose on the 29th of November 2012, Minister Mervyn Silva arrived at this location and vested the responsibility of applying an interim solution to this problem until a more permanent solution could be found in the Deputy Chairman of the Paligoda Urban Council. This interim solution could be labelled as amusing, to say the least. Although this solution was not implemented, come the 2nd of January, this Deputy Chairman assumed duties as the Chairman of the Urban Council and overcame the challenge of passing the Urban Council's budget for 2014. On the 4th of January, the new Chairman took the initiative to remove the waste dumped here with a stated goal.
We only had to spend 300,000 rupees to remove all the waste at this location within a week.
As of today, the new chairman has succeeded in achieving this goal. When considering this form, the perspective of spending public funds too, this initiative is to be appreciated.
Just as I got the budget passed, I can promise that I will find a solution to this waste problem within a short period of 2 months.
Revelations made by the new chairman, however, do arouse suspicions as to the cost that was borne over a period of 2.5 years to dump the waste of this location.
The council spent about 645,000 rupees a week on this. It was their duty to carry away the waste that was collected daily. But the failure on their part to do their duty led to waste amassing at this location. In truth, even though the council's money was spent, the waste collected daily was not removed from here.
You
need to ask the contractor and the former chairman what happened to the money.
Isn't the chairman's testimony alone sufficient grounds to launch an inquiry into whether public funds were misused in the past in waste disposal in the Paligoda Urban Council? Chief Secretary of the Western Province, this is over to you. Newsfirst always provides its viewers with novel experiences.
Well, as most of our viewers will recall, we recently telecast our primetime sunrise breakfast news bulletin live from Independence Square. Well, this morning we telecasted live from the Colombo Harbour.
Good morning and welcome to Newsfirst Primetime Sunrise.
It's a crisp Friday morning and we are coming to you live from a hive of activity which is...
Incidentally, Newsfirst is the first and only media institution to broadcast a news bulletin live from the Colombo Harbour premises.
We are coming to you from a very busy place, that's the Sri Lanka Harbour, where the dry container terminal at the Sri Lanka Harbour, and we've been here...
Additional Managing Director of the Sri Lanka Ports Authority, Janaka Kurukula Surya, spoke to Newsfirst during this morning's special broadcast.
Please elaborate to us and explain to us about the Jaya terminal. We understand that it's in 4 stages, if I'm not mistaken. Could you just tell us exactly about the Jaya terminal?
The Jaya container terminal consists of 4 stages, varying from stage 1 to stage 4. The main difference is the depth in each and every terminal. Stage 1 stages at 11 meters and stage 4 it's 15 meters. So depending on the size of the vessels and depth of the vessels, we use the different terminals.
Mr. Kulakula Suri, could you just explain to us the size of the vessels or the capacity of the vessels that actually come into the Colombo Harbour to this terminal in particular?
Yeah, particularly the stage 4, the terminal number 4, we can accommodate nearly 9,000, 10,000 containers vessel. We have the depth of 15 meters. But when we consider the other side of the port, South Container Terminal, there we have the 18 meters depth. We can accommodate the largest container vessel in the world now.
And on business news tonight, Minister of Plantation Industries Mahinda Samarasinghe says that tea production in the country over the past year has seen record development.
12ත් එක්ක සංසන්දනය කරලා බැලුවාම තේ කිලෝග්‍රෑම් මිලියන 11යි.
There has been an increase of 11,941,270 kilograms of tea that were produced compared to the year 2012. The price of a kilogram of tea is 392 rupees and 3 cents. When you compare the prices with the year 2012, we have seen a development of 52 rupees and 72 cents. By the end of 2013, we received a price of $3.44 per kilogram. In 2012, we received only $3.05. This clearly shows a significant development.
2012 අපිට ලැබුණේ ඩොලර් 3.75යි. එතනින් උත් එතනත් ඇත්ත වශයෙන්ම විශාල වර්ධනයක් පෙන්눔 කරනවා.
Just a reminder that you can follow the stories we add on our bulletin today and by simply logging on to our website www.newsfirst.lk.
You can post your comments on news stories that we are following here at Newsfirst. You can also like us on Facebook on our Facebook page newsfirst.english and connect with us on Twitter at newsfirst_en.
Sri Lanka bagged 3 gold medals and 2 silver medals at the Lusophonia Games today.
Now the Lusophonia Games, which are similar to the Commonwealth Games but are held among former colonies of Portugal, are currently being held in Goa, India.
Upamalika Ratnakumari won gold today in the women's 400 meters with a time of 56.72 seconds. Erandi Dinesh Kumara won gold in the men's triple jump with a distance of 15.74 meters.
The Sri Lankan men's 4x100 meter relay team also won gold today with a time of 41.38 seconds. Hashit Nirmal Kahatapiti Patirage won silver in the men's 110 meter hurdles event with a time of 14.58 seconds. The Sri Lankan women's 4x100 meter relay team meanwhile won silver with a time of 47.67 seconds.
Moving on, some tennis news. Rafael Nadal will play Stanislas Wawrinka for the Australian Open crown after heaping yet more Grand Slam misery on Roger Federer on Friday night.
Now clubbing winner after winner in a devastating display of power and precision, Nadal crushed Federer 7-6, 7-4, 6-3, 6-3 in their much-hyped semi-final at Melbourne Park.
The 2-hour, 24-minute masterclass repeated his victory over Federer in the 2012 semi-finals and maintained the Spaniard's 7-year stronghold of the Swiss in matches that matter the most. Victory also improved Nadal's overall head-to-head dominance over his career-long friend and fought to a lopsided 23-10. Federer's defeat also ensures Wawrinka will supplant the 17 times Grand Slam and Swiss #1 when the new rankings are released on Monday. But Nadal will be an overwhelming favourite to defeat Wawrinka on Sunday night to join Australia's Rod Laver and Roy Emerson as only the third man in history to win the sport's 4 majors at least twice.
And that's a wrap of Primetime News at 9. I'm Stephanie Lazarus.
And I'm Nadim Majid. Thank you very much for joining us. Good night and goodbye.
First at 9. Hotline 0114-896-896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.